Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to maximize your profits in this new Grow Garden update, so that you can obtain some of these amazing rewards. And as usual, if this video hits 200 likes, I'll be giving away 10 of the new crates to a lucky winner. So make sure to like and subscribe and comment down your username. So I'm going to be walking you guys through 4 different methods. 2 of them being manual methods that you could do while you're playing Grow Garden, and 2 other methods that you can do completely away from your computer. I guarantee you that at least one of these methods you will be able to do. And by the end of the video, you'll know exactly which one you want to try first. Or maybe you'll want to try them all. Now I'm going to begin with the first method. And this method is done manually. Now this method involves using a pet to add mutations for when you're picking up the plants. So this method works best with the Kodama, but if you're like me and don't have it, there's an alternative using the raptors. So the first thing you want to do if you don't have a lot of them already is go to the seed shop and gather a lot of multi-harvest seeds that are cheap and easy to place down. So for example, carrots or tomatoes or blueberries. I think the best option is personally the tomatoes. And also if you don't have that many, you can just leave an auto clicker and just get a lot of them overnight. Now you just want to place down all your seeds like I'm doing here. Now when you're done, all you want to do is grab your Kodama if you're using Zen plants, or your raptors if you're using regular plants, and place them all down. And if you're not sure why we're using raptors, it's because there's a chance that it applies the amber mutation when you pick up your plants. And of course, the more you have, the higher the chance. Now that you've placed all your Kodamas or raptors, the next step is very simple. All you need to do is harvest your plants. So as you can see, some of the plants that I'm picking up are getting the amber mutation from the raptors. And in just a few seconds, I was able to obtain enough for 4 foods. And now all you have to do is just place them down in the cooking pot, and it's around 4 to 5 to have a 100% chance to mutate. The waiting time will be between 5 or 7 minutes, and this gives you enough time to farm more seeds that you could farm more mutations. So in the meantime, you can go to the seed shop and buy more seeds. And when it's done cooking, it's going to be mutated and you're going to be able to turn it into the mouse. And in the meantime, you can turn in your other fruits that you were able to farm. And the mutation or the weight of the food does not matter at all. You're going to be able to obtain all the rewards. And I also obtained the Gorilla Chef, which is pretty good for farming these, because it has an ability that has a chance to duplicate the food that you create. And now it's time for the second method. And this is for the people that weren't able to obtain these pets. This method involves 0 pets, and we're going to be using sprinklers that give mutations to plants around them. This method is pretty similar, as you're going to want to use the same exact type of seeds, like carrots or blueberries or tomatoes. You're going to want to have them all in one dense area. And then after you've created a dense area of plants, all you want to do is grab your sprinkler, and in my case it's the honey sprinkler, and just place them in the middle of this dense area of plants. And now quite literally all the plants in that area of the sprinkler are going to be mutated. And this is going to allow you to have basically an inventory full of these plants that are mutated. And like I said, it's around 4 to 5 to have one food that is mutated. And without even collecting all of them, look how many fruits I was able to obtain that are mutated. And with this amount of plants, you're going to be able to have an unlimited amount of rewards from this update. And you may be wondering, how am I going to be able to turn in all these plants before the end of the update? Well, that's where the other 2 methods come in. These 2 methods are the AFK methods. The first AFK method is a way to obtain mutations on your plants even if you don't have the previous methods that I showed before. And then the second AFK method, which I'll show right after, is how to actually claim all these plants overnight and turn them into food without actually having to do anything yourself. So now beginning with the first AFK method, it's very simple. All you need is a pet, any sort of pet that gives mutations over plants over time. And I'm 100% sure that you guys have at least one of these pets that are able to do this. There's a lot of them from the past updates, for example the cooked owl, the honeybee, the kappa, and there is so much more. And all you have to do is just leave them there overnight with your garden, and then by the time that you wake up, your garden is going to be filled with new mutated plants. And time for the last AFK method that everyone can do. It allows you to constantly cook your foods overnight without actually having to do anything. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with the program called Tiny Task, which basically allows you to record your movements and then it just plays them back over and over. And now I'm going to show you the steps that you have to do after you press record. So you want to position yourself in the pot, and then after you want to open your inventory, type the name of the mutation that you're using, click on the fruits, select them, press E multiple times until there's 5. And then clear your search bar, close the inventory, press cook, press E again, just cancel the Robux, and then you can stop the macro. And that is literally all you have to do to just keep cooking foods overnight while you sleep. And then you wake up with a lot of foods that you can turn in for the new crates, for the new pets, the eggs, and everything. So that is all for today. I hope you guys found this useful. Remember to like and subscribe and join the giveaway, and have an amazing day.